a really, really fun time, and I'm just glad that game is over, guys. We'll send it back to you.
I got to tell you, it's always a big event when you have one guy who's too cool for school, you have a woman that does a mini twerk, and then you've got the guy who thought he was in Madison, Wisconsin, showed up in Los Angeles, and is wearing a Green Bay shirt. So
you gotta love
everybody's
winners.
out here tonight.
Gotta love them. All right, let's go to Pico Rivera right now. Let's see. As you can see, fans out there also pretty darn happy with the outcome from the game.
Well, that guy doesn't seem overly enthused.
Well,
now we're going to
wait a
pan
minute.
around in here
Yeah,
and give you a live look.
We're going to get the moment here. Oh.
What? They're presenting
We're
something.
watching this for the first time with you.
It's live. Yeah.
We all know the Rams won.
Yeah, and
Maybe they're just tired. We
Oh, it's a
understand
drawing.
these- Yeah.
It's a drawing they're having.
okay.
She just walked away with something, a picture of someone.
There.
There were so many parties around town tonight, and keep this in mind. The NFL usually dominates every market it's in. It's much bigger than any other sport. In Los Angeles, we have the Lakers and the Dodgers. And the build for the NFL and the return of the NFL has been a little slower than some people hoped. But Kevin Demoff said, who is the COO of the Rams, not only is it great we're in the Super Bowl, but we've got to win it. We have a lot of business to do. Tonight, this night, means more for the return of football than anything to this point. It was essential, and it went down to the wire. Colleen, you know that.
Well, it started strong, Fred. I mean, the Rams came out, they charged hard, they scored within the first few minutes, and then they finished strong.
They did, and Cincinnati also played a very good game. I mean, but at the very end, the better team won, and Cooper Kupp, who was the MVP on that final drive, was instrumental in everything. They held him like 4 times. At one point, he was annihilated at the goal line. Cincinnati kept getting penalized, and finally, in the end, it was Matthew Stafford to Cooper Kupp for the win. But this victory tonight, does more for the return of the NFL to Los Angeles than anything imaginable. Guys, remember this. In LA, and fans are going out to buy Super Bowl gear and Rams gear, and of course they are. Why wouldn't you want to now? To be relevant in Los Angeles, not if you're somebody that flies your flag out of your car with a team logo on it. To be relevant in Los Angeles, you have to win. You have to win. And if I had a chance, I came over here, I would have asked Sean McVay this question. Are you more excited or relieved that you won? I asked Dave Roberts that question after the Dodgers had won the World Series, and he said, I'm relieved. I'm relieved we won. I'm more relieved than excited, because that's what you're supposed to do here, and tonight they closed the deal.
Yeah, you were talking about the swag, which we saw there. That was Dick's Sporting Goods down in El Segundo, where they had all the Rams Super Bowl merchandise already. Obviously, it's out there, and it's open tonight. It's probably going to be open very, very late. If anything, what represented LA tonight was the Super Bowl halftime show. It was truly something. The city's rap scene had its moment in the spotlight. First time you had Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem. They really brought the
Mary
house
J.
down.
Blige,
Mary
they
J.
did
Blige.
bring it down.
Yep.
Robert Kovacic joins us live right now. I mean, the game was great, but the Super Bowl halftime was amazing. Robert, what did fans have to say about that?
Hi. Hi, guys.
Well, hi
Sorry,
to you.
we're with a very bunch
Hi
of
to
excited
you, Robert.
fans, and we have got so much to tell you. Don't walk away. Now, you just said you wanted to be on camera. Come on over.
You want me on camera? Let's go.
Okay, now I talked to you guys during halftime, and we're a little worried, but they pulled it out.
I was terrified. If I'm going to be honest, I was terrified. But I've seen this movie 100 times with Matthew Stafford, and his game is coming back in the fourth quarter. And what do you know? What did we do? We won a Super Bowl in the fourth quarter. Let's go.
Surprise, they did it again. And you, young lady, you've been waiting to talk to us.
I'm just relieved. It was last minute, but we did it. We pulled through. Go Rams.
I have learned, Chuck and Colleen, in all my years, never to hand my microphone over to anyone. Always keep it close. And I've done it all game because people are so excited. And you, young lady?
Go Rams. We just won the Super Bowl. I've been a fan for 42 years, so I've been waiting for this.
Okay, now I love that. Now I want everybody has to listen to Robert for a minute. Gentlemen, everybody, I've got some exclusive news for you. Chuck and Colleen, everybody at home, this is why you watch digital. Guess what is happening on Wednesday? Yes, a victory parade. But, everyone, are you ready? The Hollywood sign is going to be changed.
They use a lot of motion. They do here. They give it to Akers. Nice little hole there. Hits his man. Hits Akers. Go quickly here. Stafford under pressure gets sacked. Back at the 27-yard line.
Cam Akers is going to cut off Andrew Whitworth and allow Hendrickson a clear path.
On 3rd and 19, they give it to him, and he gets taken down behind the line of scrimmage by B.J. Hill. Looks left, goes right, completes the first pass, and that's a nice gain of about 8 going to Tyler Boyd. Samaje Perine, third down back, comes in, give it to him, and he's going to get stuck. Higgins comes in motion, they're going for it on 4th and 1, and that pass is incomplete. Ernest Jones.
He's been eating them up so far.
Rams go no huddle. Empty backfield. Stafford stepping up. He'll take off. Stafford slides to a stop. Patrick Mahomes to a passer rating of 12. To the outside he goes here. Cooper Kupp makes his first catch. Stays inbounds. Cuts to the inside. This play from the 24-yard line. Give it to Darrell Henderson. To the outside he goes. Stafford going to the end zone, reaching up and making the grab. Odell Beckham Jr.
Watch the throw by Matthew Stafford, the guy who has really had to carry all the pressure of the expectations.
Empty here, 2nd down and 10. Burrow in the pocket, fires, that's caught. Here's Chase. Burrow flanked in the backfield. Gets some protection, then the pass is incomplete, intended for Chris Evans.
So good in this game to try and play one-on-one.
4-man rush to the outside goes the pass, that's caught but shy of the first down. McVay coaching tree. In the 31-yard line, they start here with a good Mixon run. Straight drop, going deep in that direction, and he reaches out and makes the grab and takes it to the 4-yard line. So Chase, wide right, Ramsey is one of the best in the league, obviously, gets beaten there.
Jamar Chase is one of the great catchers of the football in contested, wrestling, one-handed situations in the Super Bowl. He is one of the best finishers of catches I think I've ever seen.
3rd down and 10. Burrow fires to the end zone, and it's incomplete. That is T. Higgins covered by Rams. 4 for 4 in each of the 3 games. Tacks on the Bengals' first points. Comes up 3rd and 11. Deep drop. And the pass downfield, and Beckham is open again. Odell Beckham. Henderson is the running back. Fake toss. Stafford buys time. Protection is good, and so is the pass. Henderson came out of the backfield. Jefferson in motion. Henderson, nice cutback. Stafford rolling and throwing. Caught, Kupp, touchdown.
Because then Eli Apple reacted up to that and simply could not.
Gay, no. Hecker picks the ball up, bad snap. And the Bengals, the play is alive. That is Pratt, and bad hold actually on that play by, of all people, Johnny Hecker.
To get there.
That pass over the middle, that's caught. And he's been blanked in every category. 2nd and 7. That pass is over the middle, reaching up, making the grab.
Just made tremendous plays to get them back in.
Great cutback by Mixon. And Mixon picks up 14 inside the 40 to the 36. Ernest Jones. Burrow fires, caught. Finds the open man to the 20-yard line. T. Higgins. An extra offensive lineman in there with a juggle after the snap, cutting to the outside. 4-man rush to the outside goes the pass. Chase gets it on the outside, has to reach behind him, but is able to pick up the first down. Nice play. So first and goal now at the 7. Top of the screen, you've got Chase with Ramsey on him. A little toss here. Mixon's going to throw. Open man caught. Higgins, touchdown.
And Nick Scott, who's been so good during these playoffs, but not a lot of experience back there, mostly special teams. You could see with Mixon a little skip.
After the last touchdown.
And before that one, Stafford was their leading rusher.
Play action. Checks it out here. It's Van Jefferson.
Odell Beckham Jr. has been the nightmare so far.
Stafford, low throw, and that's incomplete, and Beckham goes down. A little slow. Beckham helped off the field. Right now he is in the medical tent. Here's the play. Bad step. With less than 4 minutes to go in the half. Bengals send an extra man. That opens it up over the middle, and the catch is made here by Bryson Hopkins.
Trying to create some confusion, and he has with this Bengals defense.
Now a 3-man rush. Did it a lot against Kansas City. 8 covering. Stafford says, go deep downfield, and it is picked off in the end zone. He sends Jefferson all the way down there, and Jesse Bates picks him off.
Was not good during the regular season, but in these playoffs, he has been right back to form, making plays just like that. You're given a little more space.
Eyes wide open. Bengals have all their timeouts. Little dart. Burrow slides to his left. Under pressure. Gonna get him. In the grass. To the outside he goes this time. Cooper Kupp. Serenaded by Coop, the champ. Kupp in the right slot. Stafford looks that way, comes back the other way down the left sideline, and that's incomplete. Jefferson is there. Had a great first half. Burrow with a little kneel down here, and that's going to take us to the break.
Rice on this occasion told them go finish.
Michelle on play action, finding room, going deep, and it's caught by Higgins. He goes in for the score. Jalen Ramsey fell down, and just like that, in 12 seconds, a 75-yard touchdown.
And really the difference so far in this.
Down to the final minute, the last 7 games of the NFL postseason. If you live to be 100, you'll never see anything like it. Quick update on what you're going to see over the next few hours. We're going to be with you for about 20 minutes. And then Chris Berman will be on the field at SoFi for NFL Primetime. So many of you have watched him over the decades wrap up your NFL season, your Super Bowl Sunday. I'm in that group, and we'll have Boomer live on the scene in 20 minutes. After that, we will have SportsCenter with Scott Van Pelt, and then we'll have coverage all night long. We're going to show you some live photos here from Los Angeles and everything that's going on outside the stadium. It's an amazing moment. There it is. The party has begun for the Los Angeles Rams. And the big question in LA as football came back with the Chargers and Rams a few years ago was whether LA was going to embrace these NFL teams. The best possible way you could do it is to win a Super Bowl. LA loves winners, so does everybody. The Rams are your Super Bowl champions. 2 big things to keep in mind. People are already thinking about the NFL draft, right? Well, don't worry about just the first round coming on ESPN. A little reminder, Cooper Kupp was a 3rd-round pick, and the big story in the postseason and the postgame press conference we'll have for you throughout the night, Aaron Donald told Michelle Tafoya on the sidelines that if I win this game, I might retire. In the prime of his career, the best NFL defensive player of his era. He won the Super Bowl. In the final seconds, he was pointing to his finger as if to say the only thing missing is the ring. He got it. He'll hoist Lombardi, and it could be the end of his career. That's just one of the things we're going to be thinking about and watching when we get ready for our post-game coverage. We're going to have Tim Hasselbeck here to break it down. And then again, Boomer in 20 minutes, Scott Van Pelt, and then all night long here on ESPN. Thanks for being with us. Let's bring in the aforementioned Tim Hasselbeck. He's here. So much to get to. Let's get right to it. Another postseason game that goes down to the final seconds. The Rams win it. Your initial thoughts, Tim, are what?
My initial thoughts are, Matthew Stafford stepping up big when he needed to. It wasn't an ideal offensive performance, out of the Rams tonight, especially once Odell Beckham Jr. left the game with that knee injury. But when it came down to the final drive, it was, hurry up offense with Matthew Stafford, finding Cooper Kupp, and then they get down and tight, obviously aided by some penalties. And it's Matthew Stafford once again relying on Cooper Kupp. So if you just think about why he is there, he was there to kind of get them, kind of over the hump, if you will, to basically have an upgrade at the quarterback position for kind of moments like that. And I think he delivered. And, he delivered because Cooper Kupp came through big. But ultimately, that's my takeaway as I look at this Rams team winning a Super Bowl with Matthew Stafford as their quarterback.
Let's break it down player by player. Let's just go deep inside. Chris Collinsworth just said on the broadcast, as long as he lives, as long as he's been calling football, Chris is 63 years old. He's watched plenty of football. He played for both Bengals Super Bowl teams. He called this game. He said, I will always remember that 15-play drive that defined this Super Bowl. When you look at the totality of it, how do you see it?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's fair, to look at that, because you're looking at the time and you're thinking, well, how much is Cincinnati going to have left? Look, I just, I think that, the totality of that, what they kind of overcame. And I think this, too, it's for as much as we talk about, Matthew Stafford, and it's my initial reaction, how about what this means for Sean McVay? It's 4th and 1. They tried to run the ball on 3rd and 1. It's 4th and 1. And they go with a jet sweep to Cooper Kupp, a call that, certainly would have drawn plenty of criticism if it didn't work out. But ultimately it does work out, and it ends up being a brilliant call considering, how hard it was to run the football on Cincinnati in this football game. So, they really kind of made the Rams one-dimensional, and, it was tough for them to get anything going in the passing game without Beckham. And so that was a nice adjustment by Sean McVay, and he certainly deserves some credit for it as well.
Yeah, it's not too often you can cement your career in any field, particularly in professional sports at the age of 36, but he has done it. He's still the NFL's youngest head coach. Quickly here, when we move ahead, the way the Rams were built, everybody says you got to go through the draft, you got to get young, you got to win when the players are cheap. The Rams flipped the script and did it the complete opposite way. What do you make of the way that they approached this and obviously the way they finished it?
Well, listen, it worked out. Their plan, was clear to everybody. You're right, Zubin, they were going all in. And I think it was because they felt like they had a championship defense, and they wanted to kind of supplement that with the players they've added. But it worked. I think, if you do it and you don't come away with a Super Bowl, even if you go to multiple Super Bowls, it's a failure. But by winning it, it proves that, that Les Snead and Sean McVay, that their vision and their plan worked. What will it look like 5 years from now? It'll be interesting to see. But there is no question that the plan to go all in and to chase a Super Bowl with the defense that they had made the most sense.
And I completely concur, because the Rams are in a position where they could only meet expectations. Every other team in the league could exceed them. Certainly the Bengals did, but the Rams could simply only meet them by winning the Super Bowl. The biggest play of the game was made on the defensive end. The 4th down we'll always remember, by Aaron Donald. What do you make of the idea that it was Donald that made the play that won the Rams this Super Bowl?
Well, listen, I don't think there's any question that when you look at the way that front for the Rams kind of stepped up really about halfway through the 3rd quarter, that was a differentiator in this football game. It was almost like, there was a bit of a surprise that Cincinnati was handling the front as well as they were handling them early in the game. And Burrow was doing a good job of getting the ball out quickly. But, we got into some of those known passing situations. That front started to take over. We obviously saw it from Floyd. We saw it from Von Miller. But then you're right. It was, in the most critical moment, it was Aaron Donald closing out the football game. And so, look, that's what you want your best players to do, Zubin. If you think about it, it's Stafford big, on the final drive, relying on Cooper Kupp, who's been their best offensive player. And then on the defensive side to close the game out, it's their best defensive player and arguably the best defensive player in football.
Leslie and Chris, we're at the intersection here of 11th and Hope. You can still see more than 100 people out here, so pretty rowdy fans. Excuse me, not only have they been lighting off fireworks, but I actually saw someone throw a huge wad of money in the air, and then there was almost a stampede of people coming in to pick up that money. So it's really becoming an issue. I've been listening to LAPD. They're on the verge of declaring this an unlawful assembly. You can see they're right here. They're actually at some of the other intersections as well over here on Flower and 11th. They're beginning to move in. I think they may just be waiting for a few more personnel, but it's just going to be a matter of time before they start lining up and trying to push people out of here. And if folks don't leave, there's definitely the threat of getting arrested. So we'll see. I suspect once LAPD moves that a lot of these folks will begin to leave. There will definitely be some stragglers that won't want to leave. But, fireworks and all kinds of craziness, folks driving through here and people patting on their cars and whatnot. So it's definitely getting a little bit too rambunctious here for LAPD, and they do want to get it shut down here in downtown.
Okay.